happy, following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Monday night's Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Boyle Sports. We're on with M.A. Riley French Polishing and the Garrison Coffee Company. And a good shout out to our affiliates, Accessi Blues, SEOS Autos, Blues Trust, and TJ Monkey's Garage. And of course, we support lots of local charities and the national charity PTSD. The Tilton Talk Show gets bigger and bigger every single week. A little bit downbeat tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because the theme tune that you just heard was written by a gentleman, and I'll call him a gentleman because he was an absolute lovely, lovely man, Colin Phillips, who sadly passed away on Friday. Colin wrote that song, and we interviewed him a few years ago, and he brought us the original transcript to that song and signed it and gave us permission to use it forevermore. Colin will be missed by Curtis, who's a blue nose through and through, who sadly couldn't be at his dad's bedside when he passed away, and the rest of the family. And from everybody on the Tilton Talk Show and every single Birmingham City fan, and I'm sure Birmingham City Football Club, send our heartfelt condolences to you guys tonight. And it was such a shock to hear that this afternoon. Just such a lovely, lovely, humble gentleman. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Phillips, the show tonight is dedicated to you.
Yeah, bit of a shock, isn't it? Bit of a shock.
Yeah, you know what, Chris? Wow. Yeah, and that song is immortalised every single week, and we're going to do our best to get that song and Colin Phillips' photograph up on the big screen for the Preston North End game, where Curtis will be able to attend. And the minimum that our football club could and should do is to do that in honour of a man who's written a song that is synonymous with our football club. Sad day.
So I'm sitting in, I'm looking at the actual script that he gave to us as well. It's right in front of me.
Easy. Right, see if I can crank my volume up a little bit more. It's going to be a bit of a difficult one now to carry on in the normal kind of light-hearted way that we normally do after such devastating news as that, because his song was on that blues CD, and it was even being sang at the ground the other day. Not a lot of people heard it, but it was being sang. And you know what? There's nothing that would make me prouder than if we all sang it when we play Preston North End. Hopefully on that moment when the club acknowledge the sad passing of somebody who has contributed towards our football club, our show and our lives. Please, Birmingham City, please do it.
That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Would be absolutely fantastic, that would.
I know. Right, okay, on with the show we go, because that's what we have to do, even though, it's a very sad day. We're just going to welcome our guest tonight, the one and only Mrs. Brown.
Good evening.
Mark Andrew Adams, a.k.a. Mr. Robe.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all okay.
Hi, yeah. Happy, mate, not too shabby. The one and only Mr. Sheen.
Evening, all.
And our fan cam guest tonight, Richard Weetman.
You nearly forgot his name then.
Evening, all. Thanks for the invite.
On the bottom of the screen here. I put my glasses up. I'm a zombie.
Just to say that we're hoping that Frank
will be long. He's stuck in traffic, ladies.
Yeah, he's stuck in traffic.
Best of the evening will be along as soon as he possibly can, so we ain't going to worry about that. Let him get home safely, and then we'll call in. Richard, what are you drinking?
Well, it's clear. And
I know it's clear. I'm asking, man.
So no, it's water, mate. Unfortunately. No.
What are you drinking, Nick?
Let's go and drink water.
What? It's been me. It might be something stronger later. It's been my first day back in the office for 18 months today.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been emotional. I got back home tonight and hugged the sofa. So
it's been a hard 18 months, a horrible 18 months. But you know what? I'm so glad to see supporters back in football grounds, part of the team.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
The club have got to work relentlessly now to get the rest of that ground opened as soon as possible. We can't do anything. All we can do is just say, please, come on, crack on with it, get it done as soon as we possibly can, get them safety certificates, and let's get back to being the club that we were. You know what? None of us dreamed about being fourth in the league the other day, did we? None of us, not one of us dreamed about a few weeks in being fourth in the league. Okay, I think we're down to seventh now, aren't we, at the moment?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Seventh, yeah.
We'll have that.
But a massive improvement for us. And, Derby came, Derby went. I've not been down the Swan since, so I haven't had to go and take the rip. But I did, Sharon was working, and I did manage to send her a text. And it's all gone quiet in the Swan. Love it. Oh, the sad faces that I've seen around here. Got to say a massive thank you to all those people that stopped and said hello to me on the Derby game. Really nice to meet you all. Thank you ever so much, and thank you for supporting the show. And you're just a lovely, lovely bunch of people. And also got to say a big hello to my good friend Lewis Mitchell. Lewis is one of our disabled supporters who tonight said he was nothing special. Richard, you're special, mate. You're a Blue Nose. You're part of the family, son. You are part of the Blues family. So that makes you as equally as special as every single one of us. Boom.
We're all
Derby
special.
before, what's your take?
That was my first game back, for 18 months. So
You weren't going to go till you got your own seat back.
yeah, well, my dad wanted to go. So I thought, yeah, go on, let's go. So we went, and I've got to say,
Ever worry about a seat. It's not about the seat, mate. It's not about the seat. It's about the team. It's about the players. It's about the club. It's about the fans. It's about the pucker pies. It's about everything that you can.
but no, standing in the Gil Merrick and hearing that first key right on that I was a Monks was just sent shivers down my spine, man. It was amazing.
Got goosebumps.
Yeah, it was amazing. And obviously I thought Derby started the game well. I will say that.
Yeah.
But overall, over the whole 90 minutes, we were well worth the win. Unlike what a certain Mr. Rooney was thinking. I don't know where he was coming from, but
He walked like 3 yards in front of me as the game was finished. All I can say is I gave him a little bit of stick. I can't really say what I said.
Yeah.
It was a comedic value, shall we say?
Yeah. There's a few choice songs towards him, wasn't there?
Frank,
Who's that
Mr.
handsome
Queudrue's with
guy?
us. Hi, Frank.
Hi guys, are you
Hey,
alright?
Frank.
Hi, Frank.
Queudrue, ladies and gentlemen, the one is
Good.
Frank Queudrue. How are you, Frank?
How are you guys? I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks.
You don't look no different, mate. You look the same as when you played for us.
You haven't changed either.
Oh, he has. Believe me. I can show you a picture of him when he was a schoolboy.
Few pounds.
Where are you? Whereabouts are you now? You in France?
Yes, north of France, near Lille.
Okay.
Yeah, Lil.
Beautiful.
About an hour and a half from Paris, up north.
Oh.
Yeah. And are you still involved in football yourself, or what you doing nowadays?
Yes, a little bit. I just took over with a friend of mine, ex-player as well, ex-former Lens player, the team in 5th division. I'm an assistant coach.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I just, I would say, created a firm with an ex-former player as well from Lens, Daniel Moreira, ex-striker. I'm creating events for company to do seminars and stuff like that around sport, golf, football. I create like a normal day. I would say you play golf initiation. In the morning, you have lunch together, and then we go to the game in VIPs and stuff. So that's in.
Oh.
Good
That's
stuff.
nice.
But,
Yeah, cheers.
but yeah, we were just talking about our great win at the weekend over Derby County on Friday
Yeah.
night. Did you watch it?
Yeah, but I follow the result. It's difficult to watch for me, but I follow the result. Obviously, the past team I play 2-0, and as I saw, you you can't do without the Frenchman, innit?
I didn't know Troy Deeney was French.
Jeremy, I didn't see the game, but did Jeremy play well?
We did.
He did, yeah.
Scored a good goal.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good lad. He's a good lad.
Jeremy is red hot. Red hot.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant tactical, technical player. Really good.
And improves as well. Improves every game.
He's
Yeah,
been absolutely magnificent at left wing back. Since he's been put left wing back, he's just been he's just gone up 2 or 3 levels, to be honest. Unbelievable.
Yeah. He's growing in confidence, isn't he, as well? And I think a lot of the fans were pleased for him as well, judging from the reaction and social media reaction. He's got a lot of support within the fan base as well.
He's a real favourite.
Did he start the game or did he came on as a sub?
He started.
No, he started every game.
So he's got the legs as well to score on the 81st minute, I think he scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've obviously had other good French left-sided players in the past in defence, you know.
I can't think of any.
Long time ago.
Not many.
It's called.
Christophe Dugarry?
Was quick.
What was your time like at Birmingham City, Frank?
No, my time was. But I had a good time here. Good friends and good coaches. Obviously, sometimes they were a bit. After the first year, you know, the I would say the little fight I got with David Sullivan at the end of the first season. But it's passed. But no, it always been good. We had a good dressing room, a good staff. Always been nice around. Good, I would say, supporters. But you know that. No, it's a shame the way he ended, actually. You know. Because, you know, when the takeover with the Chinese took place, actually, you know, I had a 3-year contract plus 1 year if I played a certain amount of game, I would say, you know, percentage of the game of the season and stuff. And obviously, I was too close to get this 4th season and didn't play me. And they put me on loan at Colchester at the 3rd year. So a bit disappointed the way he ended, but obviously my time in Birmingham was fantastic.
And your response to the stick you got from David Sullivan was winning player of the season the following season. And I had the pleasure on the table with you at the ICC for the player awards as well when you won it.
Yeah, no, but he wasn't there. He didn't come. He didn't come the year after. But no, I can't hold a grudge on him because obviously he speaks from his heart. You know, he didn't look at the investment I put on. You know, during this season, even when I wasn't playing, I was there for the guys in the dressing room. You know, talking to the guys and for the youngsters as well. But I can't. I don't want to fight with him at the end. That's the end of the world. But
yeah,
when you speak with passion, sometimes you speak louder. You know that you wanted to say. So that's the only thing that's keep in my mind. I don't.
Yeah, David Sullivan had a lot to say about a lot of people as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Did he?
Because
he must have congratulated you though afterwards, winning player of the season.
Yeah.
He did actually. He did.
Yeah.
I remember, didn't he actually put an apology in a program, or I think it was in one of the match programs. I think he did it formally, didn't he?
Really? Did he?
I could be wrong. I don't know.
I can't remember that, but yeah, it was the least he could do though.
Yeah.
Frank.
He needed us to get back up in the next season. So
Go on, Mark.
I was going to say, Frank, did you get a lot of support from your teammates at the time? Did they say, Mr. Sullivan's a bit out of order,
Yeah, but no, they all supported me, at the time, Lee Carsley, he talked to me as well, and he was our captain at the time. And obviously, he said to me, "Don't listen. We know what you're doing for the squad and for the team. So listen, ignore what he say and just keep doing what you do, and keep playing like you play days in and day out." So that's the main thing. When you got the check from the dressing room, that's the best thing, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you cross over the white line, you forget about what the chairman says.
Say that again, sorry.
When you cross that white line, when you start the game, you forget what the chairman says. That goes out your head, doesn't it?
No, obviously you keep that. Actually, he helped me driving forward as well, because you keep that somewhere in your mind. You box it, and when he has to come out, you know that you did the best. You came up the following season. I would say, Player of the Year award, Player of the. Doesn't matter. I would say the target was to get back up straight away. After I was in contention with Lee Carsley, Colin Phillips for the Player of the Season as well, Stephen Carthing as well. But doesn't matter who won actually. But it was just to get back up as a group and for you guys, for the fans as well. It was very important for us to rectify what we did wrong the season before.
Yeah,
well, you certainly did that, and then some. I would say that season it was a good season, wasn't it? We
fantastic season.
Yeah. And that
some good game at home. Yeah, some good games. I remember.
Yeah, and I do. Yeah.
Supporters.
Sorry, Nick.
What did you think of us supporters?
From our supporters' point of view, no, I think it's quite different. To be fair, that's what I knew. But the support always been there. The song, because in France, obviously, the supporters, you got one part of the crowd who's singing, and sometimes the other part of the crowd, like they're following the sound. But in England, like I said earlier to my friends, it's all the stadium who's singing the same song. It's
beautiful.
You got lifted up by that. Yeah, it's beautiful. Exactly. It's the whole stadium. It's all 35,000 singing, and it's just that get you. My hair come up, yeah. But no, yeah. But to be fair, in every club I went, I took the importance of the supporters, the fans. For me, is without the fans, the club can't exist.
No.
What's it like when you play?
The atmosphere, I would say.
And then we strike "Keep Right On," right, and the whole stadium is singing it. What must that be like as a player?
I can't hear you guys. I think there's a problem with the.
Right. Okay. The anthem, "Keep Right On to the End of the Road." Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're playing and we sing that and the whole stadium is singing it, what does it feel like as a player?
But when you're tired, you get lifted up. Actually, it's really, really. Sometimes when you're really focused in the game, you can't hear everything.
Right.
But when you're a little tired and you're not very concentrate, you can hear the fans singing. With all one voice, this song, that lifts you up actually, and that helps you getting back in the game. So don't underestimate the importance of when you're singing, guys, louder and louder, and we can hear it, not listen it, but hear it. That's different. But we can hear it, and you get lifted up.
Yeah.
So,
Jason wants to know: do you ever come back to Birmingham? Would you consider visiting one day?
Hang on, Chris. We said that to Lee Bowyer the other week, and he said the manager.
Yeah.
That was Lee, by the way.
Oh, he's doing fantastic.
What is he doing now?
He's brilliant. He's our new manager.
Yeah.
But to be fair, there's the thing. When I was there, I could put him as well on my 11. I was choosing for tonight, but I was so many good players. I forgot some players I were to put on the team, but I will rectify that right now.
Playing a local derby.
Go on, Nick. Sorry.
Say it again.
Did you play in a local derby against them things across the road from us?
Villa.
Of course I did. I was captain once.
I know.
And I play with my right hamstring completely 4 grades, I think.
Really?
So I finished the game. I think the last 10 or 15 minutes I played with an hamstring injury.
Wow.
It was against at the time there were John Carew up front. Bungalow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Richard, take us back to the beginning then, mate. What got you into blues? And tell us about your sort of first game, if you can remember it.
Me? Well, I've got it in my family, like most of us have. It's a bit of the sort of the A to Z school of football, where you're told what ground's nearest the house where you're born, and that's your luck. And I've got memories of going down there with my uncles. Oddly enough, took me to my first game. My dad worked weekends, so 2 of my uncles took me. We're not to use bad language on this. I'll just say that when I needed the toilet, I was put somewhere that wasn't a toilet.
Right.
So and I wasn't the only one. But do you know what? I'd have to ask who my first game was against, because I think I was that young that I don't actually remember the first game. But it's just it's one of those things where I remember there's a famous thing by Sir Bobby Robson when he said, the club isn't the money, and it isn't the sponsorship, and it is the fans, it's the mob, and it's a little boy walking in there, holding the hand of someone and feeling the noise, and just without even realising, just falling in love. And I can remember coming back, and all I could talk about at home was
actually, Richard, I want to say it doesn't matter who you went for the first game. You went to support Birmingham, so your first game was for Birmingham.
That's it. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who against. It was just like supporting the team. So
yeah,
it was just Birmingham.
Yeah, it's sad that actually the uncle that took me down there, we actually lost him at the start of the year, and it was that's all right. He was an old man, but he was sadly a victim of the pandemic. I phoned him. Yeah. I phoned him last December because it was his 60th wedding anniversary, and he hadn't been feeling too well. And I spoke to my aunt, and she said he's probably not going to talk to anybody today because he's not feeling too good. And he came in the room, and she said, "Do you want to talk to anybody?" And he said, "Who is it?" And she said it was me. And he said, "Give me the phone." And his first words when he took the phone, we went, "Up the blues." As soon as he got the phone off me. And we had a chat for about 10 minutes, and I let him go because it was his 60th wedding anniversary. And I said, when it's all over, we'll all get together and celebrate. And he said, "Oh yeah, we'll sort something out." And I said, "Well, I'll speak to you soon." And he went, "Yep, we'll do, mate." And he said, "Keep right on," and put the phone down. And that was the last I spoke to him. So for me, my last chat with him, for him to say that, I've just thought, for him to say that's how he ended conversations with me anyway. Keep right on, bang, phone down. But yeah, he was probably him and one of my other uncles were probably jointly responsible for me falling in love with the place. And it's just. Yeah, you do once, like you said, Frank. When you get down there, you can't help it. You're helpless. You just fall, and that's it. And it's no matter what. You're there every week, aren't you? Week in, week out. If you're not at the games, you're checking the results, and you're just willing them to do well. And it's like, again, to quote Sir Bobby Robson again. He said it's an easy game, football. All you've got to do is win. So yeah, but it doesn't always work out that way, does it? But yeah.
Do you know what, Rich? When the last words that you ever say to a person is "keep right on," bang, you're going to remember that for the rest of your life, son. You really are.
Yeah, it was. We had a bit of a memorial for him the other weekend, and there was quite a lot of people turned up for it, family and friends, and I was telling them that story, and he actually had the original version of Keep Right On. He actually had that played, and one of his old mates who couldn't make it but lives up north in the north of England, he was at an antique shop, and he found it on the day of his memorial. He found it on vinyl in an antique shop and played it on a gramophone and filmed it. And the guy who owns the antique shop gave him the record.
Oh my God!
Brought it back down, and it's just you're not particularly. I'm not a particularly spiritual person or anything like that, but when you kind of go, that's weird. And on the day, in an antique shop in the north of England, one of his oldest mates finds the record, plays it on a gramophone, and the antique store holder goes, "Have it. You can keep that." So you don't know. Some people say they're on the main stand roof, don't they? Mm-hmm. So when they go, quite a few good ones up there now.
Yeah. So Frank, take us back to the beginning, mate. So when you joined us in 2007, was it?
7,
yeah. We signed you from Fulham, didn't we? Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Around 2 million, I think.
Cheap, it was cheap.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said.
Yeah, that'd be 25 million now, wouldn't it?
Oh God, yeah, and the rest.
No. I would give now 25 million to play again. No, obviously, when I first came, it was Steve Bruce who was the manager at the time, but he had problem with David Sullivan already, and I would say with the chairman, but mostly with David Sullivan. Arrive, we played a little bit. I was a little bit out of shape, to be honest, when I first arrived. I worked hard to get back in shape quite quick. We played Chelsea, I think, first game of the season. Was tricky, difficult. I had a turret at the game.
Capo world, didn't they?
Capo's goal.
Yeah, Capo is a fantastic player for us. He did it well, but I had a turret against Sean Wright Phillips at the time. But happens. But you could see that I wasn't in shape. But obviously, I worked out after that and did well afterwards. But unfortunately for me, Steve Bruce left and a transfer window in December.
Yeah,
he was gone, but after were just some decisions to make from the new staff who coming in.
Yeah, and then we won that first game under McLeish, didn't we, at Tottenham? And season, stay up at that season, but the following season in the Championship, like we've already said, you certainly responded to Mr. Sullivan's comments with winning Player of the Season, which was a great response to that, wasn't it? So,
well, the best response was to do most of the game and to help the team win, and obviously to get back straight up.
Yeah,
that was the most important for us. I wasn't thinking of my own. I was thinking as a group. So the most important was our group, our dressing room, and if you want a team to be successful, you have to think as a group, not as individuals. And to be fair, Birmingham, the time I was there, we really had a group. Binding together, doing some stuff together. Even if it looks nothing, but the game is finished, we go have a pint together. That's the bonding stuff for the group. It's important.
Yeah, definitely. And
what do you drink, Frank?
Sorry, Nick.
What do you drink, Frank?
Lager.
Oh. Did you not try a real proper ale?
Which one?
Pint of Bass.
Oh, that's all men's drink. All men drink. It's like a pint of mild.
I nearly said that my missus was drinking hell.
Nobody drinks Bass, do they, anymore?
Pint of Bass in the swamp, that would do, wouldn't it?
Oh, my God.
Who would you say had the biggest influence on your football career, Frank? Who was the biggest influence throughout your career?
I want to say when I first arrived in England, in Middlesbrough, I would say Steve Harrison, the defensive coach from Middlesbrough. You know, the assistant of Steve McLaren. Steve Harrison was really close to me. You know, helped me out all the time. Obviously, it was a bit like father and son because sometimes we argued, but at the end, I would say the results was worth the argument.
Yeah. And did he teach you to take direct free kicks? Because I remember you scoring one against us.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
Thanks for that.
No, but to be fair, I think the team I scored the most against is Birmingham. 2 goals. No, I scored twice as well against Norwich. So.
Norwich.
Brilliant. I'm going to have to just stop you for a second, guys, because Mr. Rover's got a really important job to do tonight. Off you go.
Ooh.
Yes, just like to remind everybody about we've got up for grabs a signed Bath City shirt signed by our very own Jerry Gill. Raffle tickets are 50p each or 5 for £2. So if everybody could sort of pull, and we can try and pull together and get some really good good sales for that. It's a really good prize, actually.
Yeah.
It
is.
So
we're open to pull £50 tonight, aren't we, Mark? Right?
Yeah.
What you guys out there are absolutely amazing. The charities and your giving has been second to none over the last, certainly, and especially over the COVID months. You've absolutely supported every cause that we've ever come up with, and you know, you're just so giving and so caring, and you're all such wonderful people. So please support Mark. Now we dedicated Mark to do this night, obviously because it's Bath and he's got a robe, so it's Bath robe.
And also he's got the poshest voice.
He's the chief instigator.
It's a blue bathrobe.
It's a very nice blue bathrobe. I recommend coming over to the club shop and getting one, Frank.
Not that one.
Next time.
Yeah.
I've got to read this out from Pete Taylor. Going back onto your Bassnick. Bass is what they empty Bass is what they empty out the drip trays at the end of the night with.
Yeah, that's about right.
Pete Taylor is now blocked.
It's disgusting, Nick.
Next to Sunshine, the best drink in the world, Bass. Pint of Bass. Get your backside down to my hometown, mate. You toxic. I'll buy you a pint of Bass, Pete Taylor. And if you don't go home satisfied, well, then you know you're not a man.
More on the Blondie, Carlsberg, if you have to do.
Look,
Carlsberg.
French.
No.
French.
No.
Oh God.
Hey. Now we're talking.
And that's a girl's.
I like my Pilsner Offshore. I do. That's my favourite lager at the moment.
You love
Stella?
Pilsner Offshore. It's called. It's amazing lager.
Pils, yeah, Pils. It's light beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
You're a bunch of pussies, a lot of you. Pussies.
It's just a flat cap missing now, isn't it?
Hang on, my whippet's outside. I've just got to get it in.
Flat cap whippet. When I want
lad. Richard, most memorable game as a fan, mate. Which one would you want to go back and sit through again? First.
Or not?
Oh, blimey. Memorable for what reason? Good or bad?
Oh, good, obviously. All good on here, mate. We don't want bad.
Okay, all right. Okay, I won't mention Swindon.
No, don't do that.
No. Blimey, do you know what? It's lovely to sit here and say that's a tough call. I mean,
it is.
Obviously the cup final.
Yeah.
The playoff final. Which if I could do it without the nerves, I'd do that again. And if I could do it without the hangover, I'd do it again. The Ipswich semi-final.
The hangover's a part of it, kid. The hangover's part of it.
No.
I think, I feel fresh. We've just won the league.
I remember speaking to you before. You was in Cardiff, weren't you? Did you stay in Cardiff that night after we got promoted?
Yeah, we did. We had, because I'd got family just up the road, and had managed to sort us out a good hotel above a pub. there's a great story about one of the lads who went out onto the toilet and the bathroom on the landing and came back into the wrong door and thought we'd nicked his sleeping bag and went to sleep on the floor, and he woke up in what he thought was our room, but there was a young couple in the room and the woman was screaming at him, and he had to have it on his toes and run out the pub, and we didn't see him for an hour and a half, so because the bloke went running after him.
And mate.
So, and that was our one. But no, I was going to say the Ipswich semi-final when in 2001, that was just a phenomenal one. That was. I think if I've, without picking the obvious ones, I think if I was probably to do one, just for the atmosphere that I was there and could go through it again, it was it'd probably be that one, I think, for me.
Yeah. And Frank, your best memory as a player for us? What was your favourite goal and what's your best memory?
Hello. In this game, actually, it was like two sides of it, and it was a game. I could remember the team we were playing against. I was sub at the time, and I spoke to Tom Ross before the game. Mm-hmm. And I told him, I'm a sub today, but when I'm going to come on and I'm going to score. No, don't worry. In this game, actually, we were losing 1-0. And you remember that game that Liam Ridgewell got his leg broken?
Yeah, vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually, I came on, of course, a sub to Liam. I came on and I equalized 5 minutes from the end, I think. And that helped us actually get the point and get touch in the lead at the time. So obviously that's big memory. But for me, the best, I would say, because I was so proud to be captain of the Blues. But obviously the end, the result at the end was rubbish, I would say. It was the game at Aston Villa. Obviously, the big derby game. We were like fantastic atmosphere. Throughout the game, we were like dominating the game. But obviously, we could have scored two or three goals in the first half. It was just. I think James had a great opportunity. James McFadden. Gary could have got one shot as well. I think Lee Boyer hit the crossbar. So we had some fantastic opponent in this game, and they score. I would say, crappy goal. But happens. Sometimes when you don't put your occasion in, sometimes the team just find the space and put a toe in. So that's what happened in this game. So, and that's the game I finished with obviously with an hamstring injury because Alex McLeish did all the substitution, to bombing forward with Kevin Phillips.
That don't sound good. I think we've lost Frank. Have we lost Frank?
We've lost him.
Who died. It was just incredible. Yeah.
I was back.
You're back now, mate. Sorry, you just went a bit. You was lagging a bit there. Buffering.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah. But it was just incredible, this game. For the atmosphere, and actually after the game as well, it was just suffocating because I was living in Radisson Hotel at the time.
Can't be bad.
And Radisson Blue, and it's 10 minutes from the stadium. It took me an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours, to get back after the game because the Villa fans were there in the street and blocking all the streets. It was like a nightmare for us. When you players and.
I have to stop you, Frank. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's one word you're not allowed to say on this show ever. £10 fine, immediate £10 fine, mate, honestly.
Yeah. No problem. I give it to Mark.
And you have to drink a pint. You have to drink a pint of Bass as well as a punishment.
Yeah. I'll take
Yeah,
it.
thanks, Frank.
Third. Okay, I'd like to say welcome to the supporter from Bury Football Club who joined the Tilton Talk show tonight. Thank you ever so much, mate. I didn't write your name down. I'm ever so sorry, but you know what? We want to see Bury Football Club back again as they used to be, and what an absolute disaster for football that a football club like that, you know, a working man's proper football club went out of business, and nobody seemed to care.
No.
And yet Manchester City and Manchester United can spend multi millions of pounds on players. And these guys with the flat caps and the whippets and the newspapers who used to go down to their football ground on a Saturday afternoon can no longer go. Disgraceful. Shame on you, the Football League. Shame on you, the Premier League. Shame on you, football in general.
And I bet they used to drink Bass up there.
And what the FA did on that case?
Sorry, Frank?
What the FA did?
What the FA did, yeah.
Shame on every single one of them. Everyone, Paul.
Yeah, you know what? PFA and stuff, yeah. Obviously.
It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen in this day and age, should it? Something like that, really, you know. It just shouldn't happen, you know, the EFL and the FA, you know, they need to look into this fit and proper person test and shouldn't let people buy football clubs for £1 just to go and destroy them, you know. Stuff like that happens, doesn't it?
No, of course, they need to protect their clubs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, with no clubs, you got nothing.
No,
exactly. No football.
I'm going to ask the team a question. Chris Brown, Paul, Mark, Rich, and even Frank. Right? You're not a Birmingham City sport. I know you probably love the Blues and have got an affinity. Right? How the hell would we feel if our football club went out of business and there was nothing else after, and nobody gave you a helping hand, and nobody picked you up off the streets when you're down? Like, isn't that the time when we should really, really, really go for helping these people out? A guy from Bury Football Club who can't go and watch his team. What an absolute and utter disgrace.
I think we need to stick together. You stick together, you help each other. Doesn't matter with the clubs. You do the same passion is football. You're practicing the same sport. I think they should help each other.
Teams like City, Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, paying footballers 1 week's wages that would keep that football club going for 12 months. Disgraceful.
I got to be honest though, Nick. If Blues ever died, I think my interest in football would as well.
Oh, same here.
Yeah, probably would.
Yeah, you would look, over your shoulder. That's it, But sometimes when you're that passionate about a club and the club go bankrupt, it's hard to find all interest. I would say in a firm that you can't trust actually.
Yeah. Well, Scott Rooney on £330,000 a year a week. I mean, that would have kept Bury Football Club going for a year. And he's that awful, horrible, vile individual is earning that much money out of football. Disgraceful. The bubble has to break, and it has to break soon.
Yeah.
Like I say, because I said it before, but I love Blues. I haven't got a second team. I haven't got a Scottish team. I love Blues, and that's it.
Yeah. Same here. Blues and England.
Blues all the way. I don't care about anyone else.
Blues and then England, and that's me.
Yeah.
Exactly what the federation is doing for those clubs. That's the thing. What's the PFS doing? What's the
Broncos. Boom.
Go on, Nick.
Yeah.
If every football fan in this country, and I know supporters would have done this, were asked to put a fiver out of their own pockets, every football fan, every single one, to keep that football club going, they'd have all done it.
They would have, yeah.
They've all done it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you're from.
Don't get wrong. We shouldn't have to when people are earning nearly £250,000 or £500,000 a week to kick a ball.
Who was it, Nick? Who was it from? It was either the FA or the Premier League that was pensioned off a few years ago, and a load of the clubs donated money towards his pension.
That's crazy.
I can't remember who his name was, but when.
Well, Ball, Chris Brown, Richard Weetman, or Mark Adams, because I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. But when you bear in mind as well where Bury is geographically, I mean it is right by Manchester, isn't it? And the two clubs up there with the riches that they've got, it's that surely they could have struck some dealers, almost treat them as an academy.
I think one thing
street sweeping filth.
Yeah, one thing that for me that needs to stop though is I don't know a job in my life other than a football manager that gets paid compensation for doing a bad job. You get sacked, you get paid off. What did Mourinho at Tottenham, was it 5 or 6 million? You know,
easily, yeah.
I don't blame the players so much for getting massive wages per week because it's not their fault necessarily, and who would turn it down if he was offered it? But
of course you would.
When you're actually a manager and you do a bad job,
there has to be a cap on these wages. There has to be a cap on these. It is out of control. It is ridiculous that any one person should ever even contemplate in earning that in a lifetime, let alone a week.
I agree, but also if they stop paying managers when they're sacked, you know, compensation, then all that money would have survived, kept Bury alive as well.
Yeah, it's all about the contract. Actually,
Sorry, Frank.
You know, it's. I understand the manager's doing maybe he's trying hard enough. Maybe the message doesn't go, you know, through. Sometimes it's difficult. You know, at the moment I'm an assistant coach where I am, and we played 3 games. We lost 3 games. We play well, but at the moment, everything who can go wrong. Yeah. Sometimes you can't control. You know, it's difficult. We've got a contract, and obviously, it's not entirely our fault when the team's losing as well. No. You can't sack the whole 16 squad. You know, you're the whole squad. You have to sack someone to make a change. Yes, tell me.
Get it, Frank. What individual has the right to earn £300,000 a week? We've got people sleeping on the streets of Birmingham. Yeah, we've got homeless people up and down this country. We've got people relying on food banks. Yeah,
I know that, Nick. But the thing is, me when I'm negotiating my contract, I never went to a chairman with a gun and I put on against his head and say,
"No, exactly.
I want you to give me that."
Maybe you should have done.
Maybe I should have. But obviously, no, I never. So if they pay that amount of money, it's because they can and because they're winning the money back as well while selling shirts and stuff like that. But obviously, you know, me, if they would have given me that, I would say yes.
Frank, I'm that old. I could remember my dad going mental when it went up to 50p.
Obviously, maybe Nick, if someone give you 300,000 a week, you'd say yes.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can give it back to some charity and stuff like that. After, it's up to you. But you won't turn off this proposition, obviously.
No,
also, Nick, we also have to remember, like, when a player goes into this sport, it's a very short career.
Oh yeah. You know what, Chris?
It's a lot of money on a short period of time.
And I know a lot of them.
So many times, it's a very short career, right? Like I joined the army. That was a very short career. Then I was working in metalwork. That was a very short career. And then I was working in computing. Okay, that was a longer career. But you know what? Everybody's career has these things going on it, like short, long, short, long, short, long. And, you know, I've never been paid a ridiculous...
But there is over 90 clubs, and not all 90 clubs players are earning £100,000 a week, are they?
No. Your game, you're going to get paid more, and I appreciate that, right? I appreciate that. But the ridiculous amount of money that has been branded about at the minute for the top-end players... It's not sustainable for a start, and it just makes people. Well, I've spoken to people who say I just won't go to football anymore because of the players' wages.
So do we think the Premier League has a lot to answer for? And
Premier League, Sky TV,
really.
Sky TV, BT, Sky TV, and the Premier League have got an awful lot to answer for the working man's game that we grew up and loved in this country.
Anyway,
sorry, Paul. Can I just ask Frank? Is it the same sort of situation with PSG at the moment? Do you know what sort of ticket prices they're charging and all the rest of it?
obviously, the PSG as well. They're doing a lot for the foundation, and they're playing a lot, for the kids around Paris and stuff. They create like a lot for the youth of France, actually. So they've been smart about it. They pay big wages, they pay the taxes as well, but obviously. Beside that, and then doing some stuff for the youngsters in France, everywhere.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely not having a pop at you, mate. Honestly, I'm talking about the very top end of the Premier League. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Premier League in general now. I mean, you've got players getting paid like over £100,000 a week that are in teams that are like in the bottom three.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, average players.
It won't be long.
No,
it won't be long before we
that's true. I'm quite agree with Nick. That takes in proportion like it's very high now. The proportion. But at the time I was playing, when I was going like I was like around maybe 70 a week. So it was the top,
Yeah.
And because I was like going to get 100 the fourth year, they got me on loan. So they've been smart about it, the Chinese, you see.
I'm not having a pop, right? But I just think it's just gone ridiculous. It's gone from what was a working man's game in this country, where blokes had to work all week. Their release was a football on a Saturday, right? It was quids to get in.
Yeah.
Players weren't paid a ridiculous amount of money, but the entertainment was there, the crowds were there, and now it's Sky TV, Poxy Sky TV, which is like my biggest hate.
I understand, Nick. I understand. The thing is, everything went up. The TV rights, everything, the sponsorship. They give more money, so they can pay more wages. That's the thing. It's been an escalade. There's been an escalade on that.
For me, Sky have single-handedly destroyed football in this country and across the world.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of good though that players do that get a lot of money. I mean, Jordan Henderson did that thing during the pandemic, didn't he, and collected all that money in for the NHS, which I thought was fantastic. So, the guys that get the money, it's not all bad. It's not like they take it all and keep it for themselves.
Even those who retired, I know that a friend of mine, Marlon Airwood, he did a lot of stuff for during the pandemic and delivery foods for the needed and stuff.
Yeah, so people do give back as well. But Jason Hughes wants to know, Frank.
They do, Paul. I get that, mate. I do.
Yeah. Go on, Paul.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree though. But anyway, Jason Hughes wants to know, Frank. Are you in touch with any old players from the Blues, and if so, who? You still in touch with any of the lads that you played with for us?
Yes, Stuart Parnaby, Gary O'Connor.
Yeah.
Would you get from Birmingham again?
Still
in touch. No, I lost touch with him. Colin Doyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Alex McLeish.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Really?
Good. Love to get Alex on stage. It would be great to get Alex on.
Yeah, we'd like to get Alex. Really
do the U, Chris, and then we want to come on to Richard and Frank's 1 to 11s, if that's all right.
Yep. Okay then. So explain.
What we do now, Frank. So this is a player that played for us. Speaking shortly, that played for us in the same season as one of your seasons. And if you think you know who it is, just tell us the first letter of his surname, okay? And then let's see if our viewers can get it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello, everybody at the Irish.
No, not that one.
Spread on the toilet.
That was heavily.
He went very quick.
Next one. Here we go.
The first day he came, and he meet with all the players, to discuss about the future, what the plan, and I have the meeting with him, and I would try to do everything to short the meeting,
The clue is he's French. You don't know. Do you?
I know it.
You know.
You know it.
I think. Yeah.
What's the first letter of his surname, Frank?
D.
D for Delta.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh.
Sorry, my bad.
Ooh. Ooh.
What do you think of do, Garrett?
I was thinking Christoph, yeah.
No, it's not Christoph.
No. Okay, here we go.
Oh, it's B. B for
Bravo.
Bravo.
You can only have one go. No. Here we go.
You got any idea, Richard? You got any idea?
I thought the same as Frank. I'm stumped now. Hang on, I'm going to try and open a YouTube feed myself and have a guess. Give me a minute.
Yeah. I'll play it again. Here we go.
The first day he came, and he meet with all the players, to discuss about the future, what the plan, and I have the meeting with him, and how I try to do everything to short the meeting.
Someone said it's Franck Quedrue himself.
That would have
Wouldn't that be brilliant?
Could have done that.
No, that would be brilliant. I couldn't recognize my voice actually. So.
Dave Twine says, "Is it Mwamba? Melchiot?
No.
No, not Mwamba. No.
He's French. Melchior is not French, huh?
Isn't he? Oh, right, okay.
David Sullivan.
No.
Give it another minute or so.
Yeah.
Does it begin with a T?
It does indeed, mate. Yeah.
Olivier.
There.
He's got it.
Have you got
Olivier.
it now? Richard's got the first letter of his surname. Do you know who it is?
He just said it.
Olivier.
Sorry. No, not Olivier Capo. No.
No, Olivier Tebele.
Oh no, it's not Tebele.
Oh, be your dream of a team with tables.
Linda said it's somebody with a sexy voice.
Is that who you thought it was, Rich?
Yeah, I thought I nailed it then.
I have it, Paul.
Surname begins with T, but it's not Tebele. He only made a handful of appearances for Blues, and another clue is he won the Champions League.
Ooh.
I think he played 3 games for us.
Yeah, but he played 3 games in the 08-09 season when you was with us, Frank.
Nigel Mann says it sounds like Forsell.
No, it's not.
Maxime Colin.
Vignal.
Say again?
Gregory Vignal?
No. Good effort that is, but no. But I've already given a clue. His surname begins with T.
Yeah, I know T, but a French guy.
Yeah.
The first day he came, and he meet with all the players, to discuss about the future, what the plan, and I have the meeting with him, and how I try to do everything to short the meeting.
Eric Cantona.
When the Eagles follows the trawler.
Yeah. Steve Portman said he's definitely a Frenchman.
Yeah, the accent. I can recognize the accent. But...
Yeah. I'd say somewhere northeast France.
Northeast?
No, I'm just like making them laugh. I'm trying to get accents.
Any idea?
Thomas the Bonjour Tank.
Another clue, he was a defender.
Roddy JD?
No.
Tunisian.
Oh, yeah. Should I say?
Yeah, we're not going to get this one. We're not
going to Yeah. Time's moving on. So it was Jimmy Traore.
Oh, yeah. But he don't... I can't remember.
Yeah, I knew that, Paul.
And me. Thought he was.
Liverpool in 2005.
It was a good one.
Yeah. You can't make them...
I thought it was Caron Brady.
You make them too easy, Frank. It pulls the fun, doesn't it?
Yeah. Paul, we need to do the 1 to 11.
Yeah, Richard, do you want to go first? So this is in your lifetime, yeah?
This is in my lifetime.
Okay.
This is your 1 to 11. Your Blues 11.
How old are you, Rick?
Pardon?
How old are you?
I'm now 43.
Oh,
right. Okay.
He's a baby.
A good one.
I'll tell you what, your department are doing a fucking good job tonight, mate.
Water, tell you. So yeah, I've gone for. I was told it was my lifetime, but I've gone for players who I can obviously recall playing. I did have a couple of last minute alterations by order of the management. So in goal for me is Ben Foster. He won as a major. But actually, as well, he endeared himself to me even more because there was a cracking interview with him where he said that when he played at Watford with Troy Deeney, they'd go for a walk around Birmingham whenever they were up here playing, and they'd have a walk around town, and it was always Troy that'd get the attention. It was never, ever him, and he's won a major trophy for us. It was always, when are you coming back, Troy? When are you coming back? And he said, I'm standing there having won a major for this football club. And he says it with the biggest smile on his face, and it was just lovely.
I think you've put Frank in after we told you he was joining us as well.
Absolutely, yeah. He comes off the bench. So, yeah, I've gone left back. I've gone Martin Granger. I've gone Kenny Cunningham. Steve Bruce and Stephen Carr. Oof. My midfield, I've gone Stan Lazaridis, Barry Ferguson, Brian Hughes and Seb Larson. And up front, I've gone Christophe Dugarry and Mikael Forsell. Skipper, I've made Barry Ferguson. And my manager, purely for sentimental reasons, is Barry Fry.
Wow. What a team.
Cracking team.
Yeah, brilliant. And Frank, yours was from who you played with for us, wasn't it?
Of course, yes. It's where I was playing. Yeah, but obviously, the top choice in goalkeepers between Meg Taylor and Colin Doyle. But it's too hard to choose, so I didn't choose. I put two goalkeepers.
Got two goalkeepers.
We should try that.
I don't think
doesn't matter.
Rules.
And after, right back, I put Stephen Carr. In centre backs, I put Riley Jaidy and Liam Ridgewell.
That's good.
So at the first, I put myself, but obviously I could put as well David Murphy left back.
Yeah.
After midfield, I put Ferguson, McFadden, Larson, and McSheffrey.
Yeah.
And up front, I put Gary O'Connor and Kevin Phillips, but obviously I could put as well Mikael Forsell. I could choose from many goal strikers as well. But
yeah.
I choose them too. Obviously, the captain will be Ferguson, and the manager would be Alex McLeish.
So, are you happy for me to choose the keeper for you when I put the team out, or do you want me to put both goalkeepers in? No.
So I stay in touch with Colin. I want to put Colin in. But it's not because I've got more affinity with him, but I think every time he played, he answers the best way as possible. He did every time he did a good game. He had a good game.
Yeah,
when he was playing.
Decent keeper. Yeah, we've always been blessed most of the time in my lifetime anyway with good goalkeepers. We got one now as well. This kid on loan from Wolves is great. He's
every time going to get his place back.
To be fair, I could have put Joe Hart as well.
Yeah.
He's brilliant as well for us. And then there's obviously we've got Neil Everidge as well at the moment, who's a top keeper as well.
Yeah, he's gonna have to work by his time, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, that's two great teams. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Marvellous. Mark Andrew Adams, please give us another plug. I'm going to put a tenner in, all right?
Well done. Go on, Mark.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
Give another plug on
for the Bath shirt.
Yes, for the Bath City shirt. Just want everybody to buy a raffle ticket, 50p each or £5 for £2. And it's a brilliant prize. It's a really nice shirt that Jerry sent. He signed it himself.
Jerry.
Legend. So if you can get everyone to...
I'll give you that next time I get into the office and into the studio, and see. Please pledge me a £10.
Okie dokie.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. Wonderful.
Someone's just said...
This night we had last week down with the Barry Fry evening. Oh, man. What a
night.
Oh, what an absolute legend. And you know what? That guy had us in streams of tears all night long with some of the stories that were coming out.
Brilliant night.
Possibly repeat one of them on here, ladies and gentlemen, and I genuinely mean that. But Barry Fry, what a legend. Gave him our details, asked him to come along, and he said, yeah, he'd probably forgotten already. But
he won't come.
Michael Woods, Frank, has said. Michael Woods has said, Frank, that you should call your goalkeeper Colin Taylor.
The new guy.
Can I just ask you, Frank? Have you kept any of your old Blues souvenirs or memorabilia? You know, like shirts and stuff.
I did actually. I
did.
I got a few. I got a few.
That's good.
Yeah.
But, if you want to do for charity, I can send you one. If you want.
Brilliant.
Franck Quedrue, listen to this, right? This show has done so much for charity. It's not us, right? All we are is the voice. It's the people out there that do it, yeah?
The mad people
But
out there.
we have raised several thousands upon thousands of pounds for charities up and down this country, mostly of them in Birmingham. But, you know, what a great family these Birmingham City fans are. You know what? They're so generous, they're so giving, and they're so thoughtful and so kind. And I tell people about this, you know, these are football thugs love. You know what I mean? You know, no, they're not. You know what? They're genuinely lovely people who care, who have a passion for our football club, who have a passion for each other. Yeah. And we've just lost one of our own this week. As I said, you weren't here, but a gentleman called Colin Phillips, who wrote the theme tune to our show Friday. You know what, the sentiments that have gone out, wow. And they're so caring. Birmingham City fans are the best in the world. They are the most generous, the most caring, the most funny, as you'll find out in a minute. You know what, it amazes me week by week, Frank, what these people do for us and do for other people. And during lockdown, when nobody got any money, oh my God, they were raising this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Just wonderful folk.
Yeah, it's fantastic, fantastic, absolutely.
We've got the best anthem as well. I mean, I've got my daughter watching, my 10-year-old watching a lot of football with me now, and she's always saying, "Dad, what's that club's anthem and what's that club's anthem?" And I genuinely can't answer a question because I haven't got one. No. You know, there's so many clubs out there that don't have an anthem.
They don't have, yeah.
Or you're wrong, right? You're wrong. We've got an anthem. It's called "Keep Right On to the End of the Road." And do you know what? That's what we've done week after week after week for the last 11 years since we won that Carling Cup final. We've been there. We've had the doldrums. We've had the owner in prison. We've had the ding-dong merrily on high and one thing and another, right? Coming out the other side of that now. We are coming out the other side of that because we've got a manager, right, who cares. We've got Craig Gardner, who cares. We've got a team with a structure, right? We've got the basis of what could possibly be a top 16 this year.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And I know it's very young in the season, Paul, but when you see, when we played Stoke, right, I came back in, there's lots of Stoke fans at my end, as you know, I live between Stoke and Derby.
It's early, but you're still in contention, you know, 3 points behind the leaders.
I said to this one Stoke fan, he's an ardent Stoke fan. I said, listen, I'll tell you what, there were two incredibly strong teams playing there today. They're both going to be there or thereabouts, right? And I don't give credit to any other football team ever, but when we played Stoke, I thought they were strong, right? Strong, physical, fair. They weren't like chopping Chong down like Derby were the other night, right? But a great match and a great team and a great match between two physical teams who weren't afraid to get stuck in. That's all we ask from Birmingham City is you get stuck in, right? Get stuck in.
Yeah, what I said.
Win a game, lose a game, we don't care. As long as you've given your all, you 100%. You can't give 110%. And for people that say that, well, you know what? That's a fairy tale, isn't it? 110%.
Yeah. So Nick, what I said was we've got the best anthem in football because when my daughter asked me because my daughter knows that we've got the best anthem in football, but when I'm watching like the game yesterday, say, you know, or a game on Sky or something, you know, and she's asking me who's that club's anthem, what's that club's anthem? Yeah. There's so many that haven't got one that I can't
anything.
Yeah.
It's got to be us. It's got to be Liverpool, right? Yeah. People say Leeds have got an anthem. It's not an anthem. It's not even a ding-dong tune.
Yeah. Sheffield have got one about some chips.
Yeah. But
Paul,
anyway,
Stirring.
just quickly, mate. Sorry, Paul. Just quickly. If you want to show your daughter something good with Keep Right On and Liverpool,
The cup.
you know when we played them in the final in 2001. That lineup when I think it's Ericsson's meeting the teams and shaking their hands, and the two songs clash. And
absolutely
you can YouTube
incredible.
it, and it's phenomenal.
It is.
Yeah.
That is hairs on the back. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an amazing moment. Frank,
fantastic.
Violet Stone's asking, when you play for Blues, did you wear anything you thought would bring you luck on the pitch?
No, really. I just came on the pitch with the. I was hopping on my left foot. That's it. Crossing the touch line with my left foot, hopping on it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And any good pranks or funny stories you can tell us? Who were the jokers around at that time, and any funny stories you can tell us about?
Well, it was a little bit everybody, to be fair, making jokes of each other. Shower gel, when you were like nearly finishing in the shower, put back in shampoo on hair, what he wasn't watching and stuff like that, and never ending foaming, I would say. So, no kind of jokes like that, in the hotel, going to the toilet seats and put a plastic film on it, it was like
that old one.
So you don't want to say, that, but kind of stuff like that, taking from the kitchen, ask the chef to bring some films. No, it was good. It was good fun.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, we're into the last 15 minutes of the show. This is where we turn the show into a bit of comedy, a little bit of a laugh, and a bit of light-heartedness, ladies and gents, so that before we meet again on Wednesday, we can have some fun. Fun is the greatest part of life. Word association. Here we go. This week, ladies and gents, I couldn't drive into Birmingham because the clutch is tapered on my car. I almost said another really bad word, which I'd have probably been extremely fined for and slapped over the wrist. But the clutch on my car is like probably just about to die. So anything to do with a car and football. And I'm going to start you off tonight, ladies and gents. Anything to do with the car and football. My first one is Peter Clutch. Must be Clutch's ball.
You work on that.
Yeah, we work on that one. Frank, Craig wants to know, while you were at the club, who was your favourite player to be with and why?
Actually, I was, because I knew Stu Parnaby before at Middlesbrough, but the guy I hang on with the most, he was Gary O'Connor, because we were living like 2 houses apart.
Oh,
so I was always, and our wives were always together. Our kids grew up together. So, yeah.
Well, Frank, Gary's on next week as well. He's on the show next week live. So
oh, that's nice.
That's pretty good, yeah.
So I come back next week then.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, come and...
that'd be fun.
I Crash's show, yeah, go on.
Yeah.
I will crash it.
We had a gate crash a few weeks ago when Ricky Otto gate crashed Paul Tate's show. That was fun. So I've got a couple here. Oil Bennett, Barry Home, Check Oil Lighten and Die. Motta Chocolate. Break Masden.
Break Masden, yes, that works.
There you go. That's all we got so far. Nicky Banger. Bernard Sunroof.
Oh, I like that one.
Nice.
What about Stephen Carr?
It's got to be one that destroys me because I do it every week.
Yeah.
What about Stephen Carr?
Carr?
Oh, Paul.
Easy. Didn't change the name.
Didn't have to do anything, Frank. Didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Who's the best player you've ever played against, Frank, in your career?
No, it's tricky because there's so many good players, but they play different styles. I would say, against Beckham, it's different. If you don't come close to him, he can whip a good ball in, give a good cross. Ronaldo, obviously, but Sean Wright Phillips.
Mate, you just name dropped now, aren't you, bud? Your name dropping.
Yeah, they gave me the one who gave me the most difficulties, I would say, and it's Sean Wright Phillips. By its height, actually. Very very close to the ground.
Hey, really?
Short players, yeah, short players.
Yeah.
It's hard to, it's hard to go, physical with him because he bounces off the floor and get it back up and can't see him.
Yeah.
Too quick.
Here we go. Pete Tyre Shilton.
Oh, Pete.
No
Rich,
break.
you got any, mate?
You like
No,
this?
I've been trying to think of someone. I'm drawing a blank here, mate.
No,
Come on, Rick.
no,
Come
no,
on,
no,
get in.
brake lights. No brake lights.
What about Oliver Gearhoff?
Oh,
dear.
I'm too technical. I'm sorry, mate. Too technical.
David Bentley.
Nice one.
Well, Liam Garridgewell.
Nice. Yeah, I'll have that.
Oliver Oilcapo.
Liam, what?
Garridgewell. Garage.
Oh, what a play on words that was.
I would say Liam Rim Joel.
Yeah, Rim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have that one. Yeah, you can have that one. Oliver Hubcapo.
I'm going to go for Frank Audi Quattro. Hey!
Easy one.
Terry Mini Cooper. Terry Mini Cooper. I like that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
hang on, let me say.
Campbell Jerome.
Come out.
Oh, you like this? Diego.
Come back, Nick. Come back to us, Nick.
Diego Macradona. Mike Macradona.
Oh, God. Campbell Jerome. Who came up with that one, Chris?
Hang on, this one is even better. Sean Wright Phillips.
Oh, I like that one.
I like that. That's
Jerome.
That's a good one.
My car falls out.
Mike Carr, you're in the lead, mate, at the minute.
Yeah.
At the minute.
Kenny Burns Rubber. Van Lazaridis.
Or Pat Vanden Howe.
Van Nistaro. Check and Dice.
Oh, oh, God. Who did that? You sad individual.
Who have you got next, Frank? Who've Lille got next?
Oh,
Who are they playing next? Who your team playing next?
we play a French Cup, actually.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So it's a small club around us.
How big is the FA Cup in France, Frank?
Sorry?
How big is the FA Cup in France? Do people in France watch?
Yeah, a lot of enthusiasm.
It used to be massive in England. Now it's just watered down and gone, mate, honestly.
Yeah?
Thanks to Ian, the FA.
Yeah, it's difficult now, a small team in France. It's quite okay. You can have surprises, but now I would say in England it's quite difficult because obviously there's too much of a gap between the top league and the teams and the small teams, from the conference. In France, it's still reachable. You can have some nice surprises from the small team.
I've got to say a massive thank you to my good friend Steve Portman to Excessive Blues for making sure I got that badge the other day with the Excessive Blues logo on it. Thank you so much. It's taken pride of place in my collection. Thank you, sir. And our good friends from Excessive Blues. Wonderful, lovely, beautiful people.
Otter Cup holder.
What I got?
Otter Cup holder.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Aston Martins. Gary Speeding. Lee Campervan.
Richard, who's your favourite ever player
My favourite ever player?
that you've seen, yeah?
I was very privileged nearly 10 years ago to be at Pep Guardiola's last home game in charge of Barca. And they beat Espanyol 4-0 and Messi scored all four. It was unbelievable watching him play, him and Iniesta. I know Messi got four, but it was the Iniesta show. And just when Espanyol had enough, they took Iniesta off and they put Xavi on. So Yeah, to watch those three.
Yeah,
And-
all good, but still not as good as Ricky Otto, mate.
No, 95 against Liverpool at Anfield, mate. That equaliser, that'll do, mate.
Yeah. What about Blues? What about Blues, Richard? Who's your favourite ever Blues player?
This is on record several times over. It's Martin Granger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I just ask Frank, where do you stand with the Ronaldo and Messi debate? Is it Ronaldo or Messi?
Me, I go for Ronaldo.
Yeah, me too.
It's just because obviously I came across Ronaldo and I know the way he talked to the guys. You know, he can sometimes give a bad image of him. You know, but he's really a nice guy, and actually, you know, he's doing a lot. You know, that they don't talk about in the press. He's doing a lot for, you know, kids in the hospital. He's doing a lot of stuff like that. But they never talk to the press, you know, about it. But he's doing a lot of stuff like that. And just for that, after football-wise, they're two from another planet. Them two.
Yeah, and just for the
Look at
record,
the stats.
just for the record, Rooney is younger than Ronaldo. There you go.
Right.
I've got one. I've got one. Stop.
That's
Eden
true.
Hazard lights.
Go on, Paul.
I was just going
Any more, Chris?
to Nico Nissan Vassen.
Which was that one?
Nico Nissan Vassen.
Right.
And
Okay.
John M.O.T. son.
Yeah,
As
John
in
Motson.
M.O.T. son.
Clear
That's
that.
quite-
He's
That's a
really,
good one.
he's really thought about that one, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Really has. Crikey.
Mm.
Okay. As I was saying, next week we've got Martin O'Connor, and coming up we've also got John Frayne as well.
Gary O'Connor, Chris, not Martin.
Martin O'Connor. It's the same. Did I say Martin? Gary O'Connor.
Yeah, you did. But this is cousin.
Thanks, Darlick, climbing off the dustbin. There we go.
And Leg, Robbie Blake, and Nico Vasson, Glyn
Oh, what a
Purnell,
lineup.
the Yummy
You know what?
Brummy,
Superb.
and Curtis
Had a
Davis.
great night at the very Friday evening last week, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely wonderful. Great to meet them. Great to actually, you know, just have a quick chat to them because there were so many people there. Wow, the stories that he came out with, I can only tell the Tilton Talk boys on a private chat room because some of them were proper off the scale. But, you know, what a bloke. Birmingham City versus Fulham on Wednesday night. I know we have not done the scores, but you're very welcome to write them in. Can we start to dream, Chris?
Can we
Tough game.
start to dream?
Can we start to dream?
I think it would be a draw. I think we 1-1.
That's
Two of my former clubs, so it's difficult for me to.
I'm going
You go
1-0. I'm going 1-0 Blues, Mark. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they're both doing well. So
Which of your two former clubs was your favourite?
hard to say, to be fair.
You're on a Birmingham City show, mate.
Look,
And on that note, Nick, we've run out of time.
I know, mate. I know. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thanks to our special guest tonight. What a wonderful man. What an absolute ledge. And you know what? If only we could go back there and have that team again. But you know what? We're growing, right? And it's a different era now, right? But we're growing. Have the belief, have the faith. Get there on Wednesday if you can. I know it's limited spaces at the moment due to the issues with the ground and one thing or another. But I saw empty seats at St Andrews on Friday, and it didn't look good either from my point of view or from the TV's point of view. Come on, get there, fill it, make some noise, be loud, be proud, be Birmingham City, and no matter what, tonight's show is absolutely dedicated to Colin Phillips, the writer of our theme tune, We Are the Lads from the Tilton, who sadly passed away on Friday. Thoughts are with you, Curtis, your family, and I know you you told me earlier that you couldn't be with your dad when he passed away, but you're with him in spirit, and so are all of us, each and every single one of us. We'll do everything we possibly can to get your dad's photo and that song played at the Preston game. We will do everything that we can, right? And we're genuinely asking our football club, come on, please, Birmingham City. Whether it's, I'd like it just before kick-off, to be honest with you, right? What an absolute pleasure, though, Chris, to have the original transcript of We Are the Lads for Tilton signed by Colin Phillips. And he was such a humble, lovely, wonderful man.
Lovely man. And
Curtis, too. Keep right on, my friend. You know what? Hang in there. You know what? We're all with you because we're one family, one Birmingham City family, one Blues family. And we will never, ever, ever tire, and we will never give up on each other. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Tilton Talk Show on a rather sad night. We've had to make it as funny as we possibly can, as we always like to do. But a genuine sad night at the loss of one of our family, Colin Phillips. Paul Hipkiss, good night, God bless.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Mr. Rowe, good night, God bless.
Good night, everybody. Take care.
Richard, thanks ever so much for being our fan cam tonight, mate. You've been an absolute star. Good night.
Been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
From myself, good night, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to leave the last words from a player that gave his all for our club. He really did. He really, really proper did. Ladies and gentlemen, Franck Quedrue. Thank you, Frank, for being with us tonight. And thank you so much for the memories.
It was a pleasure to me to get there. And obviously, I'm with you guys, with Colin Phillips, obviously.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. But Colin, you know what? He wrote that song back in the 70s, and we've adopted it as our theme tune, and it will forever, ever stay with us. He's part of us, part of our family. Good night. God bless. Take care. See you next Monday.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day.